I'm Lola.
And I'm Mamuna. Together, we've a combined 35 years of experience within the tech scene in North America and Europe.
We talk about the highs, the lows, the WTFs of navigating the technology industry and answer your questions about navigating tech careers.
This is Lost in Tech. Hello, how are we doing?
Hi, good.
Good. Okay. So this one I think is interesting because either we've all seen this in action, in play. And I think as a result of seeing this in play, we ourselves have modified or have been more aware of how we lead. So to it. We have all seen those managers who insist, I'll handle this one. Oh, it's too visible for the team. And they call it shielding or protecting the team. But if you're always the face of the work, whose career are you really protecting? So, people listening, I want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself,
is this you, fam? Is this you?
Because we need to talk to you. We need to talk to you on behalf of your team because you are messing up.
And of you, and of you, and of you. Let's talk about it. Because, okay. So I want to caveat this because it might feel like darts and daggers in some people's eyes and faces. I actually understand how you get here. I have been here. And I didn't see it as glory hunting. I saw it as protecting my team. I saw it as giving them time to grow that I felt I didn't have. I saw it as making room for them to like really expand. What it actually was, and again, amen for the coaches, is your ego is in full attack. Yeah? Your ego
let's break that down. What does that mean?
Muscular. So we're in coaching work these days, we talk a lot about your ego versus your true self. And the thing about your ego is the voice in your head that has a lot of musts and shoulds in it. So when you start a sentence, it's I should, I must. That is usually going to show you that thing is coming from a place of ego. There is an identity or a perception you must protect. Your true self starts with sentences like I want and I need. Or even maybe I choose, right? And it has a lot more authentic connection to what it is that you want to be doing. And when you are managing a team, and I think when you are precocious or maybe you've been given a great opportunity or you want to kind of create an identity for yourself about your ability to do something, it's really easy for that ego to take over.
Yes. And
you become, or I tell you what, you think you look like a manager who looks after their team. But the people from the outside looking at you like that person is somehow always the one in the room.
Yes. It becomes a control issue where you are either wanting to be the one to be perceived as saving the day or, being the best manager, the best guider. I'd love to kind of dive into, if you still are wondering, is this me? What does this actually look like in practice? Like, what is this individual doing?
So the first sign that you and your team will notice is, I would say, poor delegation.
Yes.
Your team has 10 projects. 3 of them are high priority. Why are you the point of contact on all of those 3 or 2 of those 3? Where is the rest of your team? Who are you given an opportunity to own high priority work and give them access to the learning curve? Because you know what? You are also giving yourself all the stress.
Yes. I would also say rewriting decks and docs before every review.
Jesus.
Everything has to go through you. It doesn't have the right words or tone or expressions and you are trying to get them to be mini yous.
In fact, you know what? I'm just about to take a document off my list now. I'm going to tell this person to ship it and I ain't touching it. Because I rebuke it. I rebuke it. It's so easy to do. It's exactly that. Okay. I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one. Always speaking up on behalf of your team in the meeting, even when they're in the room. Even when they're in the room. Let them speak. Leave air.
Speak. Or
leave
help
space.
them speak. Or help them.
Invite them into the conversation. I'm going to pass that over to person X. Let them answer. They're the right person to speak to this.
Yes, they have a perspective. Help them, create space for them, bring them into the conversation.
Yes. Gatekeeping. Access to certain meetings.
This one is interesting, right? Because I worked in a lot of environments where having the most information is being perceived as like, it helps you feel like you're important, right? And so oftentimes, when I lead, I will find like a healthy amount of information just to like share. Like, I'm not going to share the things that may be a bit like confidential, but I'll try to like share that give people like significant context, right?
Yeah.
But what I find is that some peers may be uncomfortable with that because the information is a thing that makes them feel different from their colleagues or the people that work for them. And so you'll find that in conversations like, oh, well, like, don't worry about that part. All you need to know is this thing to do your job. And it's like, okay, well, that's what you think I need to know.
Yeah.
But actually, if you gave me the full story, I have enough context to actually address the full thing. And I think that gatekeeping in the sense where you may not realize you're doing it, but I think part of the reason people do it is because they want that self-importance. Like they want that feeling of, I have all the information and you're going to have to literally pry it out of me to get me to share it.
As a reformed and reforming glory hunter,
okay,
I think when people like myself who have done this hear those statements, they're like, no, that was never it. I reject it. I reject everything you just said. What I have learned is it is no less true than the narrative I tell myself in my head.
Okay.
So in your head when you're doing it, you're doing a kind of like, okay, actually, this is just strategically important. And I think I have the context. It needs to be done quickly. I'm going to try and get this done. I really want to make sure that we've unblocked this area. There's like all of this defensive narrative you've built up. The outcome, however, is you're always the one that rescues the day or wants to be seen as the one who rescues the day. But you can't see that version of yourself in the mirror. This is why we have to help you see you.
Or your to-do list. Am I speaking to anybody? Your to-do list has like 30 things and you have a team of several people. And you feel like you have to hold on to all of those things because you are the only one that can do it. So
I want to just say that I'm proud to have this conversation now because I am 2 years in remission from this problem. I am reformed. And these things are, we struggle with some tactics every now and then. But honestly, no lie, like this is, people don't realize that they are doing this. They do not realize that they are maybe stifling the growth of the person who could be their deputy. Like they don't realize they're positioning themselves for burnout. They don't realize that, they are blocking the ability of their team to magnify. And I think one thing that really resonated for me, and actually this has always been something important to me in my leadership style, period. But I have had to double down and like find even more of it in the last few years is, when that high priority project comes up next time, instead of thinking, okay, I need to be on it because it's strategically important, you think, I'm going to put Janet on it. I'm going to put Jennifer. I'm going to put John on it. And the reason I'm going to put Ola on it,
Jennifer,
I don't know. I'm just naming names. Let's put Ola. Let's put Kwame. Let's put all of these people. The reason I'm going to put them on it is because I'm going to let them lead and I'm going to support them behind them. right?
Yes.
It doesn't mean that somehow the strategic risk is still managed because you are going to be involved. The powerful thing is you give them ownership, you give them access, and you provide a backstop. So if you care about their well-being, you're still there. But then you
Yes.
have to really let go
Yes.
and let them lead. And in some cases, that means you let fires emerge. And
Yes.
when that fire comes through,
Coach them through.
you can see it, they can see it, other people can see it. You teach them how to manage the fire. You let them know that, you know what, some fires are good. Because if you put out every fire, people don't realize what you're doing. Sometimes the fire helps us all pay attention to the thing that is not well built, or that is broken, or that needs, whatever.
Yeah.
And you coach from behind.
Yes.
Because if what you are managing is the risk, then you're still doing that. But by being the lead, by being the person in front of the project, you are gatekeeping, and you are gatekeeping your team's growth. And that is ego, not care.
Yeah. And so I just had two separate thoughts. One thought is, you're not an IC anymore. You're a manager, right? And so
Well, you
being
might
a
be
manager,
both in this modern tech world.
for another time.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Yes. But your success should be managed then by the output, performance, growth of your team, right?
Absolutely.
And in that, by you growing, your team is growing. So everyone is being pushed forward. So you are pushing your team forward. You're not pulling your team forward with them behind you, right? So I say it to say, you're not a bad leader. You're just stuck in a survival habit that got you promoted.
Absolutely. Oh,
And
say it again, Mamuna. Go on. You were
we
stuck
talk
in a
a
habit.
lot about what got you here will not get you there. And so this is a great time to ask yourself a couple of questions. Like, let's start reflecting out loud, right?
Yeah.
Let's coach ourselves into this being we want to be. One, let's think about it. Who presents at the leadership meetings? You or your team? Whose name shows up in the recap emails or strategy doc? You or your team? When was the last time someone on your team got direct praise without you sort of mediating it? And so I think it's like, ask yourself a couple of questions. Understand, hey, is this me? If so, not terrible, but like, hey, today's a new day.
Yeah, fix it.
Right?
Fix it.
I want you to pull apart, what is it? Pressure from protection, right? You are shielding your team from pressure, but growth requires tension. Like, you have to have that tension, and your team needs to feel it too. So you have to bring them into those high stake conversations, with prep context, of course, but not perfection. Your team's not going to be perfect. You're not perfect. Like, that's not what people are asking for.
Muscles only grow under stress.
Yes.
Muscles
And
only
so,
grow under stress.
yes, create those safe stretch moments. Like, I got your back, you got this, but I'm not going to take your seat. You move forward. I'm here.
Yeah.
Go for it, right?
And I think sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, don't hide from the facts. Don't be me. Because I think you build an internal narrative for yourself that makes you feel really comfortable with making these decisions over and over again. Yeah. And actually, there comes a point when it really doesn't serve you. Every glory hunter manager has two massive risks right now if you work in tech. Risk number one is burnout. You're dying under your workload and you need to stop. Risk number two is looking like a mumu in front of your colleagues because you are not the right person to lead that project.
No.
And you can't be honest with yourself, and they might not tell you. They might let you go look like a mumu because they don't care, right?
They don't care. Yeah.
So be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And really, really, really leverage, especially if your team is smaller. You got to be higher leverage, be smarter.
Yeah. So go into coaching mode, not hero mode. Like, find those opportunities, not to swoop in and save the day, but to find ways to give your team coachable feedback so that they can incorporate whatever it is into what you're doing. And I'd say the last thing is give credit like currency.
Mate,
Praise your
constantly.
team, encourage them. Like I think about like raising kids, right? If you're always critiquing them, if you're always putting them down, like they're not going to take the steps you want them to take. And so you want to like raise your team. You want to encourage them. You know, ultimately one day you're going to be replaced, whether that is you being promoted or you leaving. And you want to do so in a way that your team feels supported. And so you have to have people, a legacy behind you that is going to thrive. And so you want to
be
create
authentic.
that. Exactly.
Yeah, I think so. And then if you are one of the, I don't know, 5% of managers out there who's actually just a narcissist, raging egomaniac, we can't help you.
No.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
This advice may not apply.
Yeah, you probably got to the end of this and be like, that's not me. Whatever.
That's not me. Okay, if that's all good, all good. Good luck. Godspeed.
luck.
Do you?
Do you, boo-boo?
Maybe don't read the exit interviews because they may not be kind to you on that stance and your team starts to leave. But, you know, whatevs.
Yeah. And maybe one day we'll do the newsletter because we have a newsletter.
Yes.
We'll do the perspective of the team and maybe how you can, I don't know, like what would feedback look like there from the team to the manager in those cases? Be interesting.
I think it's probably your team has been asking for opportunities since.
Yeah.
They've been asking for space to show up. They've been asking for bigger scope and growth. And you thought it was just promotions, and they didn't mean that. They meant scope.
Yeah.
And it might be time to, but we can spend more time on that perspective. Yeah. All right, people. Stop glory hunting.
Yes.
Bye.
Don't do it.
We've made this show for you, and we want to hear your stories. We have our combined 35 years experience in tech. We have an incredible bank of experts to call on. We are your safe space. So send us your tech challenges and we'll help you create some draft decisions through some real talk.
You've been listening to me, Mamuna and Oladipo.
And me, Oyelayo-Pearson.
Edited and produced by me, Michael Blissa, with theme music by 031 Mash.
Email us at help@lostintechpodcast.com or DM us at lostintechpod.